It can turn into a hidden danger lurking in plain sight, the hidden threat Karen box. And so, what makes star fruit so risky? The answer lies in a little-known toxin called Karen box, and which is naturally present in the fruit. In a young, healthy body, the kidneys act like a top-notch filtration system, swiftly removing Karen box and from the bloodstream and sending it on its way. No harm, no foul. But as we age, your kidneys don't perform with the same vigor they once did. It's a natural part of growing older. Kidney function declines gradually over time for seniors. This means that Karen box and doesn't get cleared out as efficiently. Instead, it lingers in the body, building up in the bloodstream and setting the stage for some serious health complications. A real-life wake-up call. John's story to illustrate just how dangerous this can be. Let's talk about John, a 72-year-old retiree living in Tampa, Florida. John was the picture of conscientious living. He prided himself on his healthy habits, daily walks, plenty of water, and a diet rich in fresh fruits and vegetables. One day, while browsing the produce aisle, he spotted star fruit and thought it would be a fun, nutritious addition to his morning routine. He started blending it into his movies, enjoying its juicy sweetness and feeling good about trying something new. For the first few days, everything seemed fine, but then subtle changes crept in. John began feeling dizzy. Nothing major at first, just a slight wobble when he stood up. Then came the confusion. He'd walk into a room and forget why he was there, or struggle to find the right words during a conversation. He'd chalked it up to a long day, or maybe not drinking enough water. But soon, fatigue hit him like a freight train. He felt drained, barely able to get through his usual chores. One morning, things took a terrifying turn. He woke up, looked at the calendar, and couldn't remember what day it was. His family, alarmed by his disorientation, rushed him to the emergency room. After a flurry of tests, blood work, scans, and a detailed medical history, the doctors pinpointed the cause: star fruit toxicity. It turned out John had mild kidney disease, or condition he'd never been diagnosed with and had no symptoms of until now. The Karen box and from the star fruit had accumulated in his system, overwhelming his compromised kidneys and wreaking havoc on his nervous system. His story isn't just a fluke, it's a stark reminder of how deceptive this fruit can be, why seniors are at risk. John's experience isn't an isolated incident. The National Kidney Foundation has sounded the alarm, warning that even a small serving of star fruit, think a few slices or a single fruit, can be life-threatening for seniors with reduced kidney function. And here's a sobering statistic: 1 in 3 adults over the age of 65 has some form of kidney disease, according to the National Institute of Diabetes and Digestive and Kidney Diseases. What's even more troubling, many of them don't even know it. Kidney disease can be a silent condition, creeping along without obvious symptoms until something like star fruit pushes it over the edge. So even if you feel fine and assume your kidneys are in tip-top shape, there's a chance they're not. Making star fruit a gamble not worth taking. How star fruit affects the body. Let's break down exactly what happens when Karen box and overstays that way. Welcome in your system. This toxin isn't just a minor nuisance, it's a neurotoxin, meaning it specifically targets the nervous system. Here's how it can manifest: dizziness and confusion. These are often the first red flags. The toxin disrupts normal brain signaling, leaving you feeling off balance and foggy-headed. Severe fatigue as your body struggles to cope with the toxin. It saps your energy, making even simple tasks feel exhausting. Memory problems, like John experienced, short-term memory can falter, turning routine days into a disorienting blur. Seizures, in more severe cases, Karen box and can overstimulate the nervous system, triggering convulsions. Coma. If the buildup becomes extreme and untreated, star food poisoning can escalate to a coma, a rare but documented outcome in medical literature. Beyond the neurological chaos, there's the kidney overload to consider. When your kidneys can't filter out Karen box, and it doesn't just sit there harmlessly, it actively damages your system. Studies, like one from the Clinical Journal of the American Society of Nephrology, have shown that star fruit can even cause acute kidney injury in people with pre-existing conditions, turning a mild issue into a full-blown crisis. The allure and the deception of star fruit. So why do seniors keep reaching for star fruit? Despite these risks, it's not hard to see the appeal. Star fruit has an exotic charm. Its unique shape and tropical origins make it feel special, a departure from everyday apples and bananas. It's sweet and juicy with a refreshing bite that's perfect for a snack or a garnish. Plus, it's often marketed as a superfood, brimming with vitamin C, fiber, and antioxidants, qualities that sound tailor-made for health-conscious older adults looking to boost their diets. But for those with compromised kidneys, this healthy choice is a wolf in sheep's clothing. Safer alternatives to satisfy your tropical cravings. The good news: you don't have to go up on tropical flavors to stay safe. There are plenty of delicious kidney-friendly options out there. Consider these Asian pears. They offer a crisp, juicy texture similar to star fruit, but without the toxic risk. Plus, they're rich in fiber and vitamin C. Dragon fruit just as exists. Arctic is star fruit with its vibrant pink skin and speckled flesh. Dragon fruit is completely safe and loaded with antioxidants. Mangoes, sweet, succulent, and bursting with tropical goodness. Mangoes are no-brainer for seniors seeking a safe alternative. Papayas, these bring a buttery texture and a dose of vitamins and C, all without posing any danger to your kidneys. Each of these fruits delivers that satisfying tropical vibe without the gamble, letting you enjoy your food with peace of mind. The bottom line: at the end of the day, food should be a source of nourishment and joy, not a roll of the dice with your health. Star fruit might look tempting on the shelf with its glossy finish and promise of exotic flavor, but for seniors, especially those with kidney issues, it's a risk not worth taking. The potential for dizziness, confusion, seizures, or worse far outweighs any nutritional perks it might offer. So the next time you're tempted to toss a star fruit into your cart, think twice, leave it behind reach for a safer alternative, and let your kidneys and your nervous system breathe a sigh of relief. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue create and good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward to grapes. Let's dive into a fruit that is a staple in nearly every household. Grapes, they're a convenient bite-sized treat bursting with juicy sweetness and often hailed as a go-to healthy snack. You'll find them in lunchboxes, as food bowls, and even as a quick pick-me-up on a busy day. At first glance, grapes seem like an innocent, wholesome choice, nature's candy, right? But for older adults, the seemingly harmless fruit can hide some unexpected dangers. Specifically, grapes pose to significant health risks. For seniors, sudden add sugar spikes and a surprisingly high choking hazard. Now, you might be scratching your head wondering how something as small and simple as a grape could be a problem. After all, they're not loaded with artificial additives or drenched in syrup, but don't let their size or natural appeal for you. There's more to the story. Let's break it down step by step so you can see why this fruit deserves a closer look, especially as we age. The sugar surprise in grapes. First, let's talk about the sugar content. Did you know that a single cup of grapes, about 150 grams or a modest handful, contains roughly 23 grams of sugar? To put that into perspective, that's equivalent to the sugar in for standard sugar cubes or a small candy bar. Yes, it's natural sugar, not the refined stuff you'd find in a donut. But that doesn't mean it's harmless for seniors, particularly those with diabetes, pre-diabetes, or even just a family history of blood sugar issues. This can be a real concern as we get older. Our bodies don't handle sugar as efficiently as they once did. Metabolism slows, insulin sensitivity can decrease, and the pancreas might not pump out insulin as effectively. This means that even natural sugars like those in grapes can hit your system like a freight train, causing blood sugar levels to soar. What happens next? Next, you might feel a quick burst of energy followed by a crash that leaves you exhausted, foggy-headed, or grumpy. Over time, these spikes can strain your system, increasing the risk of heart disease, worsening diabetes complications, or even contributing to weight gain if they're a regular part of your diet. Take Patricia, for example, a 68-year-old retiree from Chicago with a story that drives this point home. Patricia had always been mindful of her health, but after a recent checkup showed her blood sugar creeping up, she decided to make a change. She swapped her usual afternoon cookies, a habit she'd enjoyed, with her tea for a bowl of seedless red grapes. It's fruit, she told herself. It's got to be better for me. She pictured herself making a smart, virtuous choice, cutting out processed junk for something fresh and natural. But a few weeks later, things took an unexpected turn. Patricia started noticing she felt unusually tired. Even after a full night's sleep, her vision would blur slightly in the afternoons, and she'd get lightheaded after eating, symptoms she hadn't experienced before. Worried, she dug out her old blood sugar monitor from her pre-diabetes days and tested herself after a grape snack. The reading for her 180 milligrams per deciliter, far higher than her usual range of 100 to 120. Confused and a little frustrated, she booked an appointment with her doctor. I thought I was doing the right thing, she told him. Her voice changed with disbelief. Her doctor reviewed her diet and zeroed in on the culprit almost immediately: those innocent-looking grapes. Even though Patricia had ditched the sugary processed snacks, the natural sugars in grapes were hitting her system just as hard, maybe even harder. Research from Harvard Medical School backed this up, noting the grapes have a high glycemic index, meaning they can spike blood sugar faster than some processed foods like whole grain bread. For seniors whose bodies are less equipped to smooth out those spikes, this can turn a healthy snack into a hidden health hazard. The choking risk you might not expect, but sugar isn't the only issue. The second danger grapes pose for seniors is their potential as a choking hazard, a risk that's less obvious, but just as serious. As we age, our swallowing reflexes naturally weaken. The muscles in the throat don't coordinate as smoothly, and the gag reflex might not kick in as quickly. Foods that are small, round, smooth, and slippery like grapes are prime candidates to get lodged in the windpipe. They're just the right size to block an airway if swallowed whole, or not shoot thoroughly, and their slick skin makes them tough to dislodge. One stuck. The numbers tell a sobering story. According to the National Safety Council, choking incidents involving grapes among seniors have jumped by 30% over the past 5 years. Why the uptick? Part of it is awareness. Doctors and caregivers are reporting these cases more often, but it's also because seniors are eating grapes without realizing the risk. Picture this: you're watching TV, popping grapes absent-mindedly, and one slips down before you've cheated enough. For a younger person, a quick cough might fix it. For an older adult, it could turn into a life-threatening emergency. Real-life lessons and safer alternatives. So does this mean grapes are off the table entirely? Not necessarily. If you love them, you don't have to banish them from your kitchen forever. But you do need to be strategic. Here's how to enjoy grapes without rolling the dice on your health. Cut them up. Slice each grape into quarters before eating. This not only reduces the choking risk by making them less likely to get stuck, but also slows down how quickly eat them, giving your body more time to process the sugar. Pair them smartly. Combine grapes with a protein or healthy fat like a small cube of cheese or a handful of almonds. This helps buffer the sugar rush by slowing digestion and absorption. Watch your portions. Limit yourself to 6 small grapes at a time, about half a cup. It's enough to satisfy your craving without overloading your system. If you're open to switching things up, there are safer, senior-friendly alternatives that deliver flavor and nutrition without the risks. Fresh berries like strawberries or blueberries are lower in sugar, packed with antioxidants, and easier to chew. Or try melon, watermelon, cantaloupe, or honeydew. Cut into small, manageable pieces. They're hydrating, naturally sweet, and far less likely to cause trouble. The bottom line: grapes may look like a harmless little fruit, but for seniors, they're a classic case of proceed with caution. Whether it's their surprisingly high sugar content sneaking up on your blood glucose, or their sneaky potential to turn a snack into a choking scare, they're not as innocent as they seem. By being mindful of how you eat them or exploring other options, you can keep enjoying your food without putting your health on the line. After all, staying safe and feeling good should mean giving up the simple Pleasures, just tweaking them a little. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos here. Support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you now. Now let's move forward. 3 oranges. Let's talk about a fruit that almost everyone loves. Oranges. They're juicy, refreshing, and packed with vitamin C, often celebrated for boosting the immune system. At first glance, they seem like the perfect healthy snack. But here's a surprising truth. Many overlook oranges pose significant risks for seniors, particularly due to issues like acid reflux, medication interference, and dental damage. While oranges have long been a breakfast table, as we age, our bodies don't process citrus fruits the same way they once did. Let me break it down for you and explain why this beloved fruit might not be as harmless as it seems for older adults. The acid reflux trap. Have you ever felt a burning sensation in your chest after eating or drinking something acidic? That's acid reflux, medically known as gastroesophageal reflux disease, GERD, a condition where stomach acid flows back into the esophagus. It's incredibly common among seniors. Over 60% of adults over 60 experience it, according to the Good Foundation. Oranges, along with other citrus fruits, are among the top triggers for this condition due to their high acidity. This can lead to a range of uncomfortable symptoms, including heartburn and indigestion, a painful burning feeling that can live for hours, throat irritation, a scratchy or sore throat caused by acid exposure, disrupted sleep, nighttime reflux that wakes you up or prevents restful sleep. For many seniors, this discomfort can become a daily struggle, and the culprit might be hiding in plain sight. Their morning orange. Take Margaret, a 73-year-old retiree from Minnesota, as an example. She suffered from frequent heartburn for years, chalking it up to the natural effects of aging. She tried various over-the-counter remedies, but nothing provided lasting relief. It wasn't until she eliminated oranges from her diet that she noticed a dramatic improvement. Margaret's story highlights how a seemingly innocent habit can silently wreak havoc on your well-being. If you've been dealing with acid reflux, frequent burping, or stomach discomfort, it might be worth reconsidering that daily orange medication interference. A hidden danger beyond digestive issues. Oranges present another serious concern. For seniors, they can interfere with medications. Many older adults rely on daily prescriptions to manage conditions like high blood pressure, cholesterol, or depression. According to the Mayo Clinic, oranges and orange juice can reduce the absorption of over 50 common medications, making them less effective. This happens because citrus fruits contain compounds that block enzymes in the body responsible for metabolizing these drugs. As a result, the medication may not work as intended, potentially putting your health at risk. Some examples of affected medications include blood pressure drugs, Atendolol, and phenylpain, commonly prescribed to control hypertension. Cholesterol-lowering statins, simvastatin, used to manage heart disease risk. Antidepressants, search for line, which helps regulate mood. Picture this: you take your blood pressure pill every morning, assuming it's keeping your numbers in check, only to discover that your glass of orange juice has been undermining its effectiveness. For seniors who depend on these medications to stay healthy, this interference can have serious consequences. If you're on any daily meds, it's wise to consult your doctor about whether citrus fruits might be affecting their performance. Dental damage, the acid attack on teeth. There's one more risk that often flies under the radar. Oranges can harm your teeth. As we age, the enamel, the hard protective outer layer of our teeth, naturally thins out. Acidic foods like oranges accelerate this erosion, leaving teeth more vulnerable. This can result in sensitivity, pain, or discomfort when eating hot, cold, or sweet foods. Increased risk of cavities. Weakened enamel makes